What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video we're going to be taking another look at the Morningstar as a part of my Does It Suck series. The Morningstar is a unique Hyperion Sniper that is available from completing the Hyperion Contract quest out in the Highlands. That quest requires you to kill 100 bandits, and it has the optional objective of using different elements. Because of that, I think it's appropriate that the Morningstar does indeed come in all elements. We have it in corrosive here with a Hyperion grip and a base damage accessory that is giving it the auditing prefix. Like many other weapons, the Morningstar was buffed as a part of the community patch, which is why we are taking another look at it. The Morningstar wasn't specifically buffed itself, but all Hyperion Sniper rifles were buffed, and so that will benefit the Morningstar. And there's another change in the community patch that's going to help the Morningstar as well, where hidden bonuses now show up in the skill tray. For example, you've probably seen one shot, one kill showing up when my weapon is fully reloaded when I have the community patch applied. We're starting without the community patch applied so everyone can kind of see the changes before and after the patch. Now, this weapon was also boosted as a part of the $100,000 loot hunt when its special effect, where it has that stacking critical hit damage, is actually lasting a little bit longer. The Morningstar also has another special effect where it talks to you when you reload or get critical hits, or kill an enemy. There may be some other triggers for it as well, but those are the three that I know about. So let's go ahead and see if we can see that special effect in practice real quick. By comparing a Morningstar to a purple version of the weapon with the same parts, we can see, if I hit the right button here, we can see that the purple version is going to have a little bit more base damage. The accuracy is negligibly improved and the corrode chance is a little bit higher. But other than that, the Morningstar just lacks that little bit of extra damage. Compared to a normal blue with all of the same parts, again with the Malawan barrel and a Hyperion grip and the base damage accessory, we can see that the Morningstar does have a significantly increased base damage. So as far as blue rarity Hyperion snipers go, this is definitely going to outdo any of the non-uniques. I haven't tested the Fremington's Edge after the community patch, but I'm sure that'll come up in a future video. Let's take a look real quick at the purple version of the weapon and see how much damage we're getting after 5 shots on target. Without the one shot, one kill bonus, that's obviously not going to help us on the 5th shot, but just because I always get rid of it. So here on the 5th shot, you can see that we're getting 4724, so about 4.7 million there. We'll wait for this stack of critical ascension to go away, and then we will use the Morningstar and see if we get that stacking effect that is going to add extra critical ascension. I'm just going to shoot him a couple times, maybe even once in the head, to kind of hopefully get the stacks active. I don't really know what causes the stacks to be active, but just for kicks. We'll see if we get more than 4.7 million damage after 5 shots now. So you can see there that we had 5911. So definitely higher, even though we had a lower base damage, which is kind of interesting. Now, very, very curiously about this weapon, let's see if I just get a few shots on this guy here and let the critical ascension stacks go away. We'll reload once, hit him in the head. Reload, we'll wait for that stack to go away, hopefully. Anywho, we'll go over to this gun and we'll do 5 shots again. So you can see that this gun, even though we didn't start with any critical ascension, ended up with more damage than it ended up with the very first time. And that's because the Morningstar's extra critical hit bonus can apply to other weapons, which is very, very interesting, and it's something that makes this sniper rifle unique in comparison to other sniper rifles. Regardless, let's go ahead and save quit. We'll apply the community patch, and then we'll go back in. One of the first things that you can tell when you're looking at the weapon or shooting the weapon with the community patch as opposed to without it, or any Hyperion sniper rifles for that matter, is that they all shoot much faster now. This weapon in particular, went from a fire rate of 1 to now 2. And, the same with the non-unique version of it as well. We can see that, yeah, they all have a fire rate of 2 now. Additionally, it looks like the damage has remained similar. I don't know if that's the exact same. I didn't actually look at it before. Oh, another cool thing that we can look at real quick here is that I got a new skin for the Patriot. Doesn't it look badass? Anywho, Let's go back down to the damage dummy real quick and take a look at this weapon. Now I'm definitely going to need to farm a Patriot on my farming character so that I can have that sweet-ass skin. That's a cool skin. Someone made it for me on Shadow Evil's Discord. I believe his name is Urot. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Regardless, let's shoot this guy a couple times. And you can see there that weird bubble bonus on the bottom right of the skill trait, that's going to be the Morningstar's deal right there. And so I don't really know what causes it, right? Like a critical hit doesn't necessarily cause it, but sometimes it does. And then you can switch to another sniper and it's still there. So you get that boost on another sniper, which is pretty crazy considering, you know, what you could do. You could get 5 stacks of this and then multiply that onto another sniper. That would be pretty effective. Have to play with it a little bit more in order to learn how to do that properly. But at least now that it's showing up there in the bottom tray is huge. So we're going to go out and run through the Washburn Refinery with this weapon again. In the original Does It Suck video for this weapon, I said that it doesn't suck. Just that, you know, it's a little bit weird because you don't know when that bonus is being applied necessarily, but it's definitely a badass bonus. It stacks with Critical Ascension and some of Zero's other skills pretty effectively. And so when you have a high amount of Critical Ascension, and you also have a high amount of Morningstar stacks, this thing absolutely wrecks. I am using a Corrosive Bone, a Legendary Sniper. This is my skill tree, and Badass rank is not applied. So let's go ahead and kill this dude real quick and see how long some of these stacks last and stuff. Like I said, or maybe I didn't say, but the stacks, how long they last was boosted as a part of the community, or not the community patch, the $100,000 loot hunt. So an original round of hotfixing that Gearbox themselves did, they made the special effect on this weapon last a little bit longer. I don't necessarily remember how long that special effect was lasting before, but obviously if they saw fit to adjust it, it was probably a very short amount. You can see now that I've got 6 stacks of that special effect, which is kind of crazy considering, you know, that's apparently supposed to be 120% extra critical hit damage, which is huge. Obviously, we can kill that loader at this point in time, the exploder, and you can see at this point with 20 stacks of Critical Ascension on armored enemies, this corrosive weapon is absolutely destroying them. I mean, 2 shots on a hot loader, 2 made shots. I missed one of those shots, and she chastised me for it. She told me that if I was a better shot there, you know, I wouldn't have missed that second shot. But 2 critical hits on a hot loader is killing it with only 20 stacks of Critical Ascension. That's pretty badass, and that's killing it without slag or, you know, death mark or deception or any of that. So pretty crazy stuff right there. Cool. Now, one bonus of this weapon that might be a little bit difficult to think of in this video, obviously since I'm playing solo, is that this weapon's a lot more fun to use in co-op because it annoys all of your buddies, which is a pretty sweet feature. And it lets them know when you're popping critical hits, which you definitely want. Then you don't have to get on the comms every time and tell people how good a shot you are. Your gun will do that for you. And so that's always a nice bonus to have. Makes this weapon a little bit more useful for co-op than it is for single player, but it can be fun for single player as well. You can see at this point it's absolutely just blowing these guys apart. 9 stacks of that special effect. That's crazy. Again, I still don't know what really causes it. It looks like a critical hit or a kill is causing it a lot of these times. Yeah, a kill definitely causes it, but obviously there are other factors that cause it as well. This thing is kind of a beast. Like, if you're getting kills with this weapon, it's gonna be gnarly. So actually that might make it a little bit less effective in co-op because there will be other people that could potentially steal your kills, but you know, just outplay them, I guess. I don't know. Jeez, that guy got wrecked. So the highest I've seen it is 9 down there in that little tray, but I haven't been watching it super duper closely during all of this, so maybe it can get even higher than 9. I'm not entirely sure. I guess it would really depend on how many enemies you had nearby. It's got those bubbles there. I don't know if that was something that the community patch chose specifically or if that was somehow hidden in the game code. I don't know about that. Should probably ask the guys who made it. regardless, I do very much like it that it tells me it's there. So that's the first time I've seen it at 10. It would make sense that 10 would kind of be where they would cap it out at. It's a nice round number and everything. So that would make sense to me. But I don't know. Maybe it can go higher. This gun is a monster. Like, obviously, doubling the fire rate of it and improving the weird Hyperion sway so that it's much less pronounced is a huge benefit for this weapon, you know? Yeah, I don't think it can probably go higher than 10, but you can see when you have 10 stacks of it, plus a decent amount of critical ascension, this thing is monstrous. Definitely going to have to farm one of these as well, in addition to the Patriot. So, I like this weapon quite a bit now. Hurley, or not Hurley, but Pervy is dead. Yeah, this thing is, it's neat. And I very, very much like that I can switch to another sniper and apply that bonus. If this thing had splash damage, it could be an effective slagging sniper, because you could build up that bonus while you're slagging enemies and then switch to a kill gun and use that extra critical hit damage to absolutely devastate some of these guys. So even though I'm only using this weapon right now, it's, you know, very, very capable of benefiting other weapons as well, which I think is neat. That's something that a lot of guns can't do, and it's a special feature that this gun has that is definitely notable. We're going to see how it does against Hurley here. Obviously, Hurley got a buff as a part of the community patch. He does more damage now. So if we kill him quickly, that'll obviously improve our ability to survive. You know, he's not a total pushover like he was before. Theoretically, if we had a terrible weapon, he could actually kill us. We'll see about that, though. If I can get over this architecture, we'll run towards him. Not architecture. I don't know what you'd call that stuff. Artifacts, maybe? So, obviously, being a Hyperion weapon, you can get laser accuracy there on multiple shots, which is pretty cool. Definitely a benefit that this weapon has. Oh, that annoying little female robot voice is kind of interesting as well. You can either consider that a good thing or a bad thing about this weapon. I can see that both ways. This thing's badass. I'm very excited that there are other snipers now that are more usable than just the Pimpernel and the Lyuda, and, you know, very specific purple snipers like the, you know, Snyder or Droog. This weapon is another very, very viable sniper, one that I'm actually compelled to farm for now as a part of the community patch, or with the community patch applied. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be looking into. And plus, it's a fun quest to get this weapon, too. The Hyperion Contract quest, which they did make repeatable as a part of the community patch, is something that is very, very cool. And I might just go pick that quest up now that it's repeatable, just to show you guys where to do it real quick, assuming I don't get caught in that little minecart. So that everyone knows. Some people ask where to get these weapons. It's not exactly a part of this series, but since it's changed as a part of the community patch, I'll show this real quickly as well. We're basically just running to the Highlands Overlook right now so that we can start this quest. I think it's very, very cool that they made this quest repeatable. It would make it very, very easy to farm multiple versions of this weapon. So that's kind of a neat deal there, and I might be doing that in the future. So again, another cool thing I learned is that you can press Q to sort this. So we press Q, and now it should be in alphabetical order. The doesn't get, you know, put as a comma at the end of it, so we're looking for T's, and we're going to go to the Highlands Overlook. I went to Outwash, though, it looks like, because I'm an idiot. So we will go to the Highlands Overlook. And the quest should be available right here on this bounty board. And that's pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. This quest is always available. Hyperion Contract number 873. And that's how we'll be able to get another Morningstar. I'll just pick that up because on this character I am eventually going to kill 100 bandits. And then we can turn it in and get another Morningstar. As always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.